A very good morning, dear children. Today we will start with the chapter 7 of General Science, that is Nutrition and Diet. Can you recall which are the various groups of foodstuffs? Name the ones you see in the pictures. Which main constituents of food do we get from them? Fruits, dairy products, meat, grains, and cereals, vegetables, and legumes are the various groups of foodstuffs. Carbohydrates, proteins, and fats are the main constituents we get from food. Living things take food and water and use them for a variety of purposes, such as for obtaining energy, for the growth of the body, and for carrying out day to day functions of the body, and to fight diseases. Nutrients and foodstuffs. In living things, the process of taking in food and water and using it for growth and other purposes is called nutrition. And the constituents of food useful for these purposes are called as nutrients. There are six main nutrients in our food: carbohydrates, fats, proteins, fiber, vitamins, and minerals. These nutrients are present in the different food items we eat in differing proportions, means different proportions. Energy giving nutrients, that is carbohydrates. Our main need is of energy. It is fulfilled, means provided by carbohydrates. Hence our diet includes a large proportion of cereals in the form of rice, chapati or roti, bhakri or bread, which contain carbohydrates. Cereals are our staple food. Staple means, children, needed food or daily used food. Now, next nutrient is fats. Some part of our energy requirement is also fulfilled by fatty foods such as oil, ghee, and butter. We get energy in the form of heat from the food we eat. Means we are getting energy from the food. Heat is measured in kilocalories. Means unit of the heat is kilocalories. Hence the energy in food items is also measured in kilocalories or calories. Children of growing age need to get approximately 2000 to 2500 calories from the food they eat. These are the pictures of fatty foods. Now, next nutrient is proteins. We need proteins for the purpose of growth repairing, that is the wear and tear of the body. Means whatever function of the body is there, after that function there is damage of the muscles sometimes, okay, or damage of the bones. So for repairing of these muscles or bones, we need these proteins, and for other life processes also we can use these proteins. We get proteins from the sprouts, then milk and milk products, meat and eggs in our food. So these are the examples of protein that you can look in the picture, children. Now next nutrient is minerals and vitamins. To improve the body's resistance to disease and for other life processes, the body needs vitamins, minerals and fiber in the diet. We obtain these nutrients mainly from vegetables and fruits. We require vitamins and minerals in small quantities, but their deficiency can lead to various diseases. Means we need these vitamins in very small proportion, but if there is a deficiency of these vitamins or minerals, then we may got any disease. So these are the some examples of vitamins. Now next topic is that is minerals. The body needs several inorganic substances. Several means many inorganic substances, and these inorganic substances are called as, children, minerals. The table below gives examples of some minerals and provides information about their functions in the body, the various sources of the minerals, as well as the diseases caused by their deficiency. Now we will study this table. In this table there are types of minerals are given, minerals functions, and from which sources we are getting these respective minerals. And if these minerals we are not getting for our body, then which diseases we are getting due to deficiency of these minerals. Now first mineral is there, children, iron. So function of the iron is carrying oxygen to all parts of the body. Sources of iron are meat, spinach, apples and raisins. Raisin means dry grapes, that is called as raisins. And due to deficiency of this iron, we are getting disease anemia. Anemia is a disease, that is, in this disease decrease in the total amount of red blood cells or hemoglobin in the blood, and due to that there is a ability of the blood to carry out oxygen that becomes lower, and due to this anemia we are getting tiredness, weakness and difficulty in breathing also sometimes. Now next mineral is calcium and phosphorus. So function of this calcium and phosphorus is strengthen bones and teeth. Means due to calcium and phosphorus our body bones and teeth becomes stronger. Now sources of calcium are milk and milk products, green leafy vegetables and meat. Now due to this calcium and phosphorus, if we are not getting in sufficient amount, then we are getting bad teeth, brittle and weak bones. Okay. Now third mineral is iodine. So this iodine controls up growth, speeds up chemical reactions in the body. Sources of iodines are raisins, beans, fish, seafood, etc. Now due to this iodine there is a deficiency disease, that is goiter. So what is meant by goiter? A swelling of the neck resulting from the enlargement of thyroid gland, means there is a swelling near to neck due to enlargement, means that thyroid gland becomes large, and due to that this disease got, that is goiter. Now next mineral is sodium and potassium. This maintains the body's water balance and functioning of the muscles and the nervous system. Now sources of these minerals are salt, cheese, leafy vegetables, fruits and pulses. And due to this sodium and potassium, if it is not in sufficient amount to our body, then there is inefficiency of muscles, means there is decreased efficiency of contractions, means muscles are not contracting properly due to lack of sodium and potassium. I hope children you understood these minerals and their functions, and due to that which diseases we are getting due to deficiency of these minerals. Now next topic is vitamins. There are two types of vitamins, that is water soluble vitamins and water insoluble vitamins. This is very important topic children. You have to remind all these vitamin names. Vitamin B and vitamin C dissolve easily in water, so they are called water soluble vitamins. They are thrown out of the body through the water in sweat and urine, means these vitamins are water soluble, so in the form of sweat and urine we can throw out of the body. Hence a regular supply of these vitamins is essential, means if we are throwing these vitamins in the form of sweat and urine, so regular supply of these vitamins should be there to our body. So there are important types of these vitamins, that is vitamin B1, vitamin B2, vitamin B3, vitamin B6, vitamin B9 and vitamin B12 are the important types of vitamin D. Now next is water insoluble vitamins. These vitamins are insoluble in water but are soluble in fatty substances. They get stored in the body. So vitamins A, D, E and K are the fat soluble vitamins. Means these vitamins are soluble in fat but they are insoluble in water. Now next topic is vitamins, sources and their functions. So there are some vitamins, then in which source we are getting all these vitamins and which are the diseases due to that there is a lack of these vitamins. Okay, so first of all we will see vitamin A. This vitamin A helps in protection of eyes, or this vitamin A protects our eyes, help to keep skin, bones and teeth healthy. Sources of these vitamins A are carrot, milk, butter, dark green vegetables, sweet potatoes, deep yellow fruits and vegetables. Due to this vitamin A, there are some deficiency diseases, that is night blindness, means due to this night blindness disease that person cannot see in case of dim light. Then xeroderma, in this disease the full body skin becomes dry. Now next vitamin is vitamin B1. This vitamin B1 helps in proper functions of nerves and heart. Sources of this vitamin B1 are milk, fish, meat, cereals, nuts and pulses. Due to this vitamin B1, there is a deficiency disease, that is beriberi, means there is a nerve disorder. Means in this very disease, there is difficulty in walking, sometimes paralysis, mental confusion or loss of feeling also. Or in this vitamin B1, there is a deficiency disease, that is muscle weakness, means muscles are becoming weak. Now next vitamin is vitamin B9. This vitamin B9 is helpful for the growth of the body. So sources of this vitamin B9 are deep green vegetables, papayas and kiwis. So due to deficiency of this vitamin B9, there is deficiency disease, that is improper growth of the body, then anemia, forgetfulness and slow movement of the body. Now next vitamin is vitamin B12. This vitamin B12 is helpful for the formation of red blood cells. Sources of this vitamin B12 are meat and milk products. And deficiency disease due to vitamin B12 is anemia. Now next vitamin is vitamin C. This vitamin C protects body tissues, formation of collagen, that is a protein essential for gums, that is teeth, bones and skin. Sources of vitamin C are amla, kiwi, oranges and other citrus fruits. Then cabbage, tomatoes, green leafy vegetables. These are also the sources of vitamin C. Now deficiency disease due to vitamin C is scurvy, that is bleeding of gums and thyroid malfunction. Malfunction means this, there is a failure of the function of the normal body. Then delay in healing of wounds. Means suppose any wound is there to our body, then it takes time to recover it. This happens due to deficiency of vitamin C. Now next is vitamin D. This vitamin D helps for absorption of calcium and phosphorus for healthy bones and teeth. Sources of vitamin D are on exposure to sunlight. Vitamin D is made in the human body from some substances in milk, fish, eggs and butter. Now due to deficiency disease of vitamin D are rickets. Means in this ricket disease, there is a softening of bones, means bones are becoming soft. Sometimes in case of bones, there is a cause of pain, or sometimes that bones are becoming fractured also due to this deficiency of vitamin D. Now next vitamin is vitamin E. Vitamin E helps in smooth functioning of metabolism inside the cells. Metabolism means that is a chemical process that occur within the living organism in order to maintain the life. Then reproduction. Reproduction means producing new things like themselves. That is called as a reproduction, that we already studied. Means in the form of giving birth or producing eggs. Then also they are producing new things. Then maintaining efficiency of muscle cells. This vitamin E is essential. Now sources of vitamin E are wheat germ. Wheat germ means what? This is the part of the grain that is responsible for the development and growth of the new plant sprout. Then green leafy vegetables, tender leaves and vegetable oils. Now deficiency disease of this vitamin E are weak muscles, means muscles are becoming weak. Obstruction in reproduction means any one person, okay, or any woman cannot reproduce new living things, okay. So there is obstruction, okay, in the reproduction, means hindrance in the reproduction. Then skin disorders also due to this vitamin E. Now vitamin K. This vitamin K is helps in clotting of blood. Clotting means blood changes from liquid to gel, forming a blood clot. Blood clot, that is called as a clotting of the blood. Now sources of this vitamin K are green leafy vegetables, green cabbage, broccoli, sprouted pulses, yellow of eggs, means yellow part of the egg. In that also there is a vitamin K. Now deficiency disease due to this lack of vitamin K are excess bleeding after an injury. Means suppose any injury to our body part, then due to that there is a excessive bleeding due to this vitamin K. So these are the vitamins, their sources and functions, children. This table you have to study very carefully. Okay, children. Now always remember, some vitamins are very sensitive to heat and light. For example, vitamin C is easily destroyed during cooking. Therefore, vitamin C rich foods should be eaten raw. Raw means without cooking. Now, in the past, there was a scientist, that is Casimir Funk was a scientist who belonged to Poland in Europe. In scientific article, he read that people who ate brown rice were less likely to get beriberi than those who ate fully milled rice. Means there are two types rice. That is full, that is going in mill, and then it become polished. So without polish, those who are eating this rice, they are not getting this beriberi disease. He was able to identify and isolate the substance which prevents this disease. He named it vitamin, and then he find out the substance due to which substance there is a formation of this beriberi disease, and that source, okay, is responsible for lack of this beriberi disease, and that source is called as vitamin. He also proposed that other disorders like scurvy we know, then pellagra means, children, it is a disease caused by vitamin B3. So in this disease what happened, there is a inflammation of the skin, okay, then sometimes there is a diarrhea or sores in the mouth also in this pellagra disease. Then rickets were also caused by a deficiency of various vitamins. So these are the vitamins. These vitamins discovered by the scientist, that is Casimir Funk. Now next topic is probiotics. We know that the useful microorganisms which convert milk into yogurt are present in yogurt and buttermilk. They are called as probiotics. Lakhs of microorganisms reside in our intestines. Their presence in such large numbers is essential for our health. Hence, to maintain them in our body, we should include probiotics such as yogurt and buttermilk in our daily diet. Means we can understand, children, from this, probiotics are nothing but microorganisms only. But these microorganisms are sometimes essential for our body also. Means in the form of yogurt and buttermilk. Means we know from milk only we are preparing yogurt and buttermilk. So there is a presence of microorganisms, and these microorganisms are helpful for our body. When we suffer from loose motions and vomiting, we throw out microorganisms along with intestinal water. Some medicines can also kill these microorganisms. Therefore, we need to take extra yogurt or buttermilk to restore their numbers. Means due to loose motions and vomiting, we are removing microorganisms. But sometimes these microorganisms are essential to our body. So that time we have to take extra yogurt or buttermilk to keep their number constant in our body, because these microorganisms are helpful for our body growth. Thank you so much children for your attention.